Hello, beloved of the Lord. This is Bev Potter. Yesterday I was working on the technology, the new technology that I believe will be part of the Serpent arena that has been built in Edmonton. But today I want to come with a personal message. Yesterday was a really hard day for Rob, and this morning, early in the morning, I asked the Lord, is it my fault? You know, am I doing something wrong? And in the spirit, I heard a half of my alarm notification, but it cut off in the middle. And I felt to look at the time, it was 4:21. Now I know the Lord, this has been a new thing with me, with these sounds in the spirit, and then checking the times. But it does seem to be a way that the Lord is communicating, taking advantage of that. And I'm wondering if it has to do with this new technology, Him using it for His purposes. But let's get to what I found concerning that. I'm sharing because part of the purpose of this channel is what I felt was to share our testimony. And I had also been preparing a video about the things that the Lord's been doing with me since the new year, and concerning that word for the end of December, they will become, Zerubbabel will become like a signet ring in the hand of the Lord. And the Lord was giving me some insight into that, and I was going to share that. But it seems that, and I don't know, so I conceive of the man-child now in two parts, the upper and the lower man-child, because of the dream that I had. And I believe I'm part of the lower man-child, and so the Lord has been doing something with me specifically, but it's been different for Rob. And so since January, it's gotten actually harder for him. And yet for me, the Lord's been moving me into a different focus, and having me do some decrees. So it's a little bit hard for me to be moving in one direction and to see Rob really struggling. So let's get back to 421. So H421 only has one verse associated, well, only one verse containing that word. And the verse is, "Lament like a virgin girdled with sackcloth for the husband of her youth." And G421 means unsearchable, as in the Lord's ways are unsearchable. So this morning I was spending some time lamenting, because H421 is actually that word, lament. I understood that Rob has been killed by the spirit of religion. And even last night, in our interaction where a lot of his pent-up frustration came out, the Lord helped me to understand, because I just made a comment about a trailer we were watching about two ex-army soldiers who had gotten out of the army, and it said in the trailer, you know, one of them got shot 5 times serving his country, and he's so poor he can't even afford to buy a vehicle. And so they decided to take out someone who was really practicing wickedness, and they said a really bad man, and take his money. Now, you can understand that. Yeah. And yet, as I saw that, what came to my mind is like, you know, is this intended to incite, you know, lawlessness? Um, and I said that, and Rob reacted to it, and I understood this morning. It's that I was looking at it in terms of society, as in how society would react possibly to this movie. And Rob was relating to those people personally. And so to him, it felt like a condemnation. And and then I thought about this morning too that the enemy sees people not as individuals but as members of a society. As I was doing some of my research into mind control and things like that, I understood that the enemy sees people more as members of society than as individuals. And his purpose is to influence society as a whole. But God thinks of people in terms of individuals. He wants an individual relationship with each person. And so I realized that that comment wasn't, that was like almost, I would say, like a religious comment. And so I'm repenting for a religious attitude, and I'm just letting you know that Rob's really struggling right now, and so I will be continuing to lament, because unless God resurrects him, okay, so this is part of what I was going to share concerning what the Lord's doing with the man-child, but a couple of weeks ago, I saw Rob recognize the goodness of the Lord towards him, which I associate in that dream with the upper man-child perceiving that the Lord is moving towards him in love. Now, I don't know if it's because Rob is part of the Melchizedek order, which is the highest order. There may be other, I think there's probably other orders in the upper man-child. But I've been waiting for him to respond and to that love revealed, and it's like he can't respond. It's like he's died. And I feel at this point like unless the Lord resurrects him, there is no hope. And I don't know if it's particularly for Rob or if it's particularly for the Melchizedek order, if this is what they're going through. But I wanted to share it because if the Lord leads you to intercede, or if you, see this somehow and you are an intercessor, perhaps this is something that you need to know and the Lord wants to use. So I don't know. I really felt to share it. And yeah, so I'll just leave it at that. God bless you all. Love you. And we'll be praying for each other. God bless you. Bye-bye.